Assalamu alaikum dear students, I am Shakeel Ahmed, your history teacher. Today's topic is the Simla Deputation. We will discuss this topic under three headings. So the first one is the background of the Simla Deputation. Here we will discuss the social and political conditions of that time. Second one is the events and then the importance or the significance of the Simla Deputation. So first of all, we will discuss the background in which the Simla Deputation had visited the Viceroy, Indian Viceroy. So, as you know that in 1905, the partition of Bengal was being finalized, and the Muslims were quite happy uh, after the partition of Bengal because they had started getting the political, social, religious, and all types of benefits. But partition of Bengal was quite annoying for the Hindu community. Here is the point that the Muslim community was very too much pleased. So, secure state to India, Lord Morley had decided to take advantage of the good and improved relations with the Muslim community because the British wanted to have a smooth rule inside India, and the Simla Deputation had provided an opportunity to the British. Uh, as the Muslims they had watched the reaction of the Hindus to the partition of Bengal, they were so frightened while looking at the massive wave of organized protest from the Hindu side, and the Muslims knew that they were uh, totally incapable to provide such a level of protest to maintain the partition further. Secondly, the policies of Indian National Congress, they were alarming for the Muslims because Congress was dominated by the Hindus, and Muslim they were feared that the Hindu agitation would lead to Hindi becoming the national language. Uh, Furthermore, the Hindu communalism policies they were focusing on the conversion of non-Hindus into Hinduism. So the Muslims were frightened, uh, being forcibly converted to Hinduism. Uh, Another very important thing that by the time in 1905 in Britain the elections were held, and the new government of the liberals had joined the office. So the government of the liberals they had announced to initiate some reforms and to start the political process inside India. So uh, since the Hindus were in majority, the Muslims feared that they would soon be dominated by Hindus in the local governments. So it was the right time to take some solid measures. Uh, so on 8th October 1906, the a deputation of prominent Muslim leaders led by Sir Aga Khan, they met with Indian Viceroy Lord Minto, and they presented their some of the demands. The most important point was the, they requested that the position of the Muslim in India should be estimated not merely on their numerical strength but in respect to the political importance of their community and the services already the Muslim community had rendered for the British Empire. Further, they requested uh, that in all local and provincial elections, Muslims should have their own representatives, and in the councils at any level the Muslims should have a higher percentage of seats than their percentage of population. uh, Although the Secretary of State for India, John Morley, thought that the Muslim demands were totally undemocratic, but Lord Minto, the Viceroy, had accepted their arguments and demands and encouraged them. Now we will discuss the significance or the importance of the Simla Deputation. So, students, Simla Deputation, it was no doubt, it was the first step down to the long road leading towards the establishment of a separate homeland for the Muslim in the subcontinent. The British had accepted the Simla Deputation. So it showed, I mean, the British acceptance of Simla Deputation showed that once the attempts made by Sir Syed Ahmed Khan and some other leaders to restore the relations between the Muslims and the British had been now successful, because one of the basic objectives of the Aligarh movement was to create the better and friendly relations between the Muslim community and the British, and now that objective was now achieved, because the British, they were now ready to work with the Muslims. Um, Another thing, it also showed that the Muslim community had decided to ensure that uh, it established a very secure and solid place in the constitution by its own methods, right? And the Simla Deputation further showed that many Muslims had now come round to the idea that they were a separate nation, they were a separate community, they were a separate, totally separate group uh, uh, who should be treated in a totally different way from the Hindu community. So, uh, Simla Deputation provided a solid platform to the Indian Muslims to get united and to set some further plans for their safeguard in the future.